Logic said abandon it, the humans said rebuild it, and the galaxy never forgot which side won. The disaster struck without warning. The colony on Lutyens Reach, a small settlement on a barren world, was swallowed by catastrophe when its star released a storm of radiation so violent it scorched the surface and crippled every shield and reactor. By Vulcan measure, the conclusion was obvious. Evacuation. Preserve what lives remained, leave the ruins behind, and record the colony as an honorable failure in the archives. The Vulcan relief ship arrived expecting desperation, chaos, surrender. Instead, they found a site that defied every probability. The humans were already rebuilding. Children carried bricks of slag to reinforce walls. Farmers with burned hands patched hydroponics with melted scraps. Engineers, half-blind from radiation glare, scavenged shattered panels and rewired them into makeshift generators. No one waited for orders. No one accepted that home was gone. Commander Sorev, the Vulcan envoy, tried to reason with them. Survival odds are minimal, he said. Evacuation is logical. The planet is uninhabitable. A human woman named Clara Janssen, the colony's elected governor, met his calm logic with words Vulcans would never forget. Uninhabitable? Then watch us teach it how to live again. It seemed madness. Yet in the weeks that followed, the madness spread. Humans built greenhouses out of wreckage, powered by solar sails cut from destroyed shuttles. They dug deep shelters into irradiated rock, carving homes where death had been minutes before. They even joked as they worked, saying they were house hunting underground. The Vulcans watched, torn between admiration and unease. Logic told them this was wasteful, futile, unsustainable. But logic also could not explain the slow transformation before their eyes. Bit by bit, the colony stood again. Water flowed through patched pipes. Crops sprouted under artificial light. Lutyens Reach did not die, it adapted. What struck the Vulcans most was not the technology, it was the will. These were not soldiers, not scientists bred for crisis. They were ordinary humans, farmers, teachers, miners, and yet they endured with a fierceness that turned despair into determination. They did not accept survival as the absence of death. They demanded survival with dignity, with home, with hope. When the radiation storms flared again, Vulcan ships prepared to evacuate, but the colonists refused to board. They sealed their shelters, sang songs over the comms, and waited out the fire together. Weeks later, when the storm subsided, they emerged scarred but alive. The message spread across the quadrant. Other worlds heard of Lutyens Reach, the colony that logic declared doomed, but humanity declared eternal. It became a story told in mess halls, in council chambers, even whispered among Vulcan philosophers. One Vulcan logician, Veus, summed it in a way that surprised even his peers. We prepare for failure. They prepare for survival. That is the difference. Years later, the colony thrived. It became a hub of resilience, a living monument to human stubbornness. And when the Federation Council debated where to establish a major research station, the vote was unanimous. Lutyens Reach. The very place that should have been abandoned became the symbol of endurance. For Vulcans, it was a turning point. They realized that leadership was not only about wisdom or strategy, it was about will, the raw, irrational human refusal to surrender. Logic could preserve what existed, but humanity could create something new where nothing should exist at all. So why did Vulcans let humans lead? Because they saw that when worlds burned, when probability collapsed, when all equations ended in failure, humans still stood in the ashes and said, "We're not done yet." And sometimes that was enough to move the stars themselves.